Everybody guns for number one, and tonight it'll be St. Xavier University, which sports an undefeated record at 3-0. Also a number 11 ranking, and most recently SXU shut out Lindenwood Belleville last Saturday 45-0. But what really grabs your attention, Sean, the St. X Cougars open the season defeating then number 5 Marion 32-27, and SXU now leads all MSFA teams, giving up less than 14 points a ball game, and that in fact is second best among all NAIA football teams. Into the ball game, he had 23 carries, 162 yards, a touchdown last week against the Bees. St. Ambrose Bees, not the ones that fly around. And he lines up and takes, no, it's a play action fake, and here's a throw near side, a catch is made, and that's it. Rocky Jones sprints away midfield and into SXU territory inside the 45. So the Cougars waited little time before going to the air. And Rocky James, who had 6 catches, 134 yards last week, good for 1 touchdown and a good start. After 1 snap, they're into SXU territory.
Yeah, that cornerback needs to check his ankles because he got them broken right there. James did a nice ankle breaker move right there to get an additional 12 yards.
Number 1 among all NAIA football teams. 3 back deep in the secondary for SXU. They do show a blitz up the middle, but now that drops off. Here's Ferrer looking over the middle, throws it, and he's got a first down. And that's got to be Sean Boswell. It is inside the 30, he's down to the 28.
Beautiful job by Boswell to find that bubble downfield there. He just went down on his crossing pattern, planted right in the middle, and Ferrer found him. Boswell has such a small profile that I think he might have gotten lost by the defensive backs.
John Boswell with 6 catches last week, over 100 yards, 104. Did not get a touchdown, but the Cougars of St. Francis now, the silver and blue on the march. And Ferrer going to back up out of the pistol now, waits for the snap and has got it. Taking a look, throws to the left side. He's got a turnaround catch by Will Chrisman inside the 15 at about the 14-yard line, and the Cougars dial up completion again. That is a good play by that young man. They are expecting many, many big things from him.
And he's showing up, Joe. I tell you what, when Ferrer launched that ball, Chrisman was still in his route, and I'm like, turn around, son, and he did. And so the ball was mid-flight. Chrisman turned on a dime, and the ball was right there in his hands. Beautifully executed play.
This time now Ferrer's under center with 2 running backs lined up behind him. Long count from the line of scrimmage for Nick Ferrer. There was movement at the line of scrimmage defensively. Green off tackle is going to win the easy race into the end zone. Let's see the penalty flag though, which way it goes against. Now if this is Davenport last week, I know which way it's going.
Well, they allowed them to run the play. I'm going to say this is going to be encroachment by the defense here. That's my gamble.
Jeff Gwynn's going to let us know.
Yep.
So give the touchdown to Justin Green. Had one last week. He gets one today. Start this ball game. Time of the score is 8:15 for the SXU Cougars. Short drop again by Martinez. Looking, and they've got him bottled up and sacked back inside the 15-yard line.
Oh my!
Take your pick. James Jamesich was there, but a lot of silver and blue.
He didn't have a chance. Boy, oh boy, that was a tremendous job by Hemmelgaard, May, and Jamesich just doing a great bull rush, and he didn't stand a chance. The pocket melted immediately.
Pearson Harnish also there. He had 13 tackles last week. That's a big loss now. Under 7 minutes remaining in this first quarter, opening quarter. Bailey waits for the snap. High snap. That's over his head into the end zone. And it will go across the end line, and that is going to be points, a safety for St. Francis. And tell you what, so far, USF, the Cougars are coming up smelling like a rose.
Well, and Joe, you talked about them being a short, they were a man short. That was the long snapper that they were short. So I don't know if there was some player confusion or what that happened to be, but the long snapper was the guy late on the field, and during that snap, he launched it way past the punter that time, well into the USF end zone.
It'll be a free kick. They'll tee it up at the SXU 20-yard line. Green is back at the 15. And Sean McBride, that's got to be just a tough feeling if you're a punter. And I don't care how tall you are, and that ball sails 4 feet over your head, you're in trouble.
Oh, you're in trouble big time. That was a true freshman mistake, as Sorrow, the freshman, was a long snapper that time.
Knuckleball. Kicks back on one bounce to Green, cuts to the 25, 30, 35. He's got some running room, 40, 45, 50, and angles out of bounds in SXU territory again. They'll mark it at about the SXU 48-yard line, and St. Francis in business with great field position once again.
Well, again, you can't give the Cougars of St. Francis such a short field to work from. They're going to pick them clean here if, in fact, it all goes well.
6:41 remains in the first quarter. Here's Ferrer. Play action fake, wants to throw, sets up the pocket, throws the long ball. He's got Rocky James over the shoulder catch. Inside the 5, he lost the ball. Got it again. Touchdown. Wow. How about that? Rocky James making it electrifying. 49 yards on the touchdown toss, and 6 more to the Cougar total.
And if their daubers weren't down before, Joe, they were now, and that's exactly what you see out of these Cougars. They know when to go for it. They had the short field, they had the momentum, so they struck early and fast, and a beautiful play. Great concentration by James. He bobbled it twice, then was getting tackled as he went into the end zone and kept possession. Wow, what a play.
How about that? That's points on the board in 9 seconds. Michael Markosovic checks out of the game. Mark Striviak checks in. Part of the 3-wide package to the right side. Here's the drop by Martinez. Looking, and they got him sacked again at the 5. And that was Emilgarn at 6'5", 320. Hello.
Look at him move. I've never seen a guy move so fast, that large before. And boy, he shot the A-gap right there and really had that center back on his heels on roller skates and just crunched Martinez. Another big sack, 2 on the day.
St. Francis, who had just 1 sack last week, already 2 tonight in the game here at St. Francis. So Bailey out of the end zone, about 8 yards deep. Waiting for the snap, high snap, and there they go again. And they've got a problem. Another safety, and St. Francis will lead this ball game 8-0. And Bailey just turned his head. It was like watching that home run ball going in the stands.
Yeah.
Got no chance on that one.
Boy, oh boy, Anthony Sarro, the freshman, the true freshman, is a long snapper there. He sees a lot of the playing field.
Ball just outside the SXU 23. Blitz is coming. Here's Ferrer, throws a fade again. Looks for Rocky James. Up, he's got it! Took it away from 2 defenders. 18-yard touchdown toss, and what elevation by Rocky James. He goes 6'1", but he timed his leap perfectly.
I don't know what his vertical is, but it was impressive. He went over Kevin Block, the 6-foot cornerback right there, and grabbed it right out of his hands and came down with it. 20. Now go ahead, Joe. Yeah.
23 yards on that scoring toss. And time of the score, 2:42, and St. Francis making it look easy here tonight at home so far. But again, a long, long way to go. 2 wideouts to the right, motion by Gegner. Here's Ferrer, looking, pulls it down. He's got to do something with it. Now runs to his right, looks on the move, and he throws complete at the 40-yard line. That's Rocky James again, pushed out of bounds on the St. Francis sidelines inside the 40 at about the 38.
That should be enough for a first down, Joe. Yeah, look at that. Great job. Well, again, James coming back, doing that drag route and finally getting open spaces. Ferrer was running for his life to the right side, was able to spot him across the field and chalk it up another first down for the Cougars.
It is certainly one of the sidelight stories of this first half, as St. Francis has faced some challenges, but they have responded. Gomez Espino stays in the game, wide to the far side. Rocky James wide to the right. Gegner's up on the wing to the right side. And Ferrer, long count from line of scrimmage, hands to Green. Green needs a block, got it, cuts to the 30. He's still on his feet inside the 20-yard line, and sprints away, he will score. Justin Green they're not going to catch him today. That will be a 38-yard touchdown run officially by Justin Green.
And it all started right up front. The left guard, Jalen Gamble, gets an official attaboy on that play as he pulled from his left guard spot, went out to the flats and pegged the defender there, and is able to get Green out in open space. And it all started right there. What a tremendous run.
Green broke, 2-3 tackles en route. But yes, set up nicely by good block by Gamble. 2nd down and 10. 2 wide to the left side. They hand the ball off, and there's Watson, and he is knocked down. It looked like Spencer Coward was in there. Coward knocks him down. It'll be a loss of a couple of yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and even longer.
Yeah, hats off to Emilgarn, too, there, as he was right there. Put the center back on roller skates, and really just blew up the hole.
2 wide either side of the field. Again, play action fake. They did not hand the ball off, and Martinez wished he had. He was swarmed upon. You take your pick. James Jamison was there, and he had lots of help. Hemmelgarn there as well.
Yeah, I think Jamison is going to get credit for that sack, and it was a big one all the way back to the 20-yard line.
Nate Carson in. He's wide to the left. They come up and press coverage on him. Just one safety back in the end zone. As Ferrer looks that way, throws the fade to the corner. Carson over the shoulder catch. Did he stand back? Touchdown! How about that? You talk about dropping a dime in that corner. Ferrer, I thought he overthrew everybody. Not Nate Carson. He knew where he was going and got a foot in bounds. Touchdown. Good for 7 yards at the 56-second mark.
Thing of beauty. This is a pass you show the up-and-coming quarterbacks as a coach. This is how you throw the fade, because it was executed absolutely picture perfect. Over the shoulder, the defender couldn't have a chance at it, and it drops right into the soft hands of the receiver. That was perfect.
As Martinez waits again to take the snap with the spread offense. Looking and takes it. Short drop again. Pulls it down, and he is going down at the 41-yard line, and Jamisic was there.
That's exactly right. Again, he pulled a stunt. He actually swam his offensive lineman and was able to get back there and crush the opportunity. So another sack on the day for the St. Francis defense.
Loss of 4. So Martinez again with that empty backfield. Drops, still drops, now looks. Throws to the right corner's got a man out there. Intercepted. And a return across the 5 to the 10-yard line. Wilmer Cole looking, gets by another. Works to the 15, and he's going to go out of bounds. He's out of gas.
Yes, he is.
He said, I've done my job. And he's going right to the bench.
Yes, he
is. It's a high five, but that's the first pick of the ball game by St. Francis.
Well, and again, it was a chance. It was a gutsy call on 4th and long, and he threw it to the end zone in double coverage. Cole was right there, stepped in front of it, runs sideways to try and find some lanes, and then once he gets to the other side of the field, realizes he has nothing left in his tank, and he's just going to walk out of bounds.
Ferrer checks that SXU defense. 4 down defensive linemen now. And the St. Francis offense. Here's Ferrer, looks, throws over the middle, tight window, and he completes to Boswell again. And I mean, what a nice touch at the 35. Boswell runs up to the 40-yard line. And boy, I tell you what, you can't coach that, son.
Oh my goodness, they're putting on a clinic. I tell you what, you can try and coach it, but it won't do any good because Ferrer is on the money. That is just a beautifully executed throw.
Just laid it up over the linebackers and right into the breadbasket of a streaking Sean Boswell. Never broke stride. Willing to concede that short gain, but it is good for 6 yards. Martinez again looking, quick throw, same play. This time St. Francis was right there in the mix.
Yeah, the press coverage that time paid off for St. Francis as the corner was up and the safety was over to help, and no real gain that time as he tried to curl inside to get some more yards and get a block, but it was unsuccessful.
How about Blake Blaker also rotated out there to help on the coverage. 3rd down. Cougar crowd on homecoming kind of live now. Big crowd tonight. St. Francis shows blitz, defensive left side and up the middle. Now the A-gap. They come and they've got. No, Martinez got away, did he?
No.
Knocked down inside the 10-yard line, back around the 6. And Pearson Harnish would not give up on the play.
Yeah, he got out of the initial pursuit and was rolling to his right, looking, and finally Harnish wrapped him up for a huge sack inside the 10.
And here we go. Bailey out of the end zone to punt twice in the first quarter. The snap sailed over his head for safeties, and he's got to be wondering again. As here we go now on 3rd down and long, dropping the throw. Here's Martinez, and they've got him wrapped up for another sack inside the 10, around the 7. And you know what time it is, Sean?
It's punt time. Oh no! Time to hold your breath. Oh my heavens! Spencer Coward came in on a corner blitz that time, very effective.
Martinez again running back off to the right side, looks left, now pulls it down over the middle, and they've got him for a sack inside the 15, back at the 13-yard line, and see who was there that time.
Martinez is sacked by number 95, Alan Richardson, the Cougars.
That's a new guy. Richardson in there gets the sack. Suzuki's been kind of a forgotten man. He's lined up wide to the near side. He's normally the main man. They look left again, holding it down, and there it goes down. Quarterback Martinez.
Is that Muncie? 54 on the sack for the University of St. Francis Cougars that time. And again, I think that's 6 on the night.
Mitchell Thornberry.
Thornberry, all right.
Here's Ferrer now. Wants to throw again, steps up and holds the ball, throws it as far as he can down. He's got Blackwell, touchdown!
There it is.
38 yards on the scoring strike. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Nick was dancing around, but finally spotted the streaking Duke Blackwell coming down on the right side and laid it right in there perfectly. Time of the score, 4:46, and finally a touchdown in the second half for the Silver and Blue.
Yeah, Blackwell doing a fine job getting separation, especially this late in the contest, leaving everything on the field, putting the jets on, and finding that open space. And Ferrer staying in the pocket this time and delivering a strike for a touchdown.